In this demo, I'll be adding my two-dimensional objects to my pyramid. But before that, I want to show you how to attach your base of your pyramid to your sides of your pyramid. I'm using just a nice clean-cut strip of copy paper, just plain white paper, and I'm gluing it down so that I fuse the tops and the bottom together as close to the edge as I can get. That way I don't have sort of floppy edges to my pyramid. I'm then covering up that strip with the wallpaper sample that I used to cover my walls, and a little corner of it went onto a different wall, and I trimmed that off, making sure I'm looking after my craftsmanship every step of the way. And now going back over the visible strip on the wood floor, drawing the Sharpie to show the definition in the different woods, and then adding the wood grain and going over it with my yellow color pencil. Coloring a little roughly there, so I had to glue the corner back down. After that, I tried to only color in one direction instead of scribbling back and forward, so that didn't happen again. Alright, so now that's done, you almost can't tell that they were ever separated. And now I am starting on my first two-dimensional object, which is going to be a floor-to-ceiling portrait of my cat, holding it up to the wall to make sure that the size of the portrait's what I want, and then going in with a ballpoint pen because I needed a nice sharp point to get the texture of the fern. I didn't want to keep sharpening my pencil. And then holding it against the wall again because I was trying to decide what color background I wanted in the portrait. I wanted it to really stand out. And I'm holding it against the wallpaper and comparing it to the wood grain on the floor to figure out what color would work best. Because the wood grain on the floor is warmer, I decided on that teal color after trying just about every color pencil in my box. I'm finished with my little pet portrait, and I decided I wanted to go in with cardboard and try to create a frame for my portrait, cutting the corners at kind of 45-degree angles. It's not going to be perfect, but I am doing my best. And I'm gluing the cardboard pieces down as I go, once I'm happy with their shape. And there we go. Cut that one a little thinner so it fits in that space as best as I can get it. And then once it's all glued down, I just cut off the excess paper, and I decided to go in with an orange to create a little bit of a design on my frame to balance out that green and give it a little bit more contrast. Glue that to my wall, and that's my first two-dimensional object. Charming. And the next object I'm choosing from my brainstorming is the Harry Potter books. I said I like books, so that blue bar was just a piece of construction paper, and that's going to be a floating bookshelf. And now I'm considering the width of each of the Harry Potter books. Goblet of Fire and Order of Phoenix are a little thicker, so I drew those a little thicker, and I'm thinking about them a little bit with the colors I'm choosing as well to apply. Again, I did not cut the shape out after I'd drawn it. I waited until I was finished coloring. That way it's just easier to not crease the paper like you saw when I was coloring the yellow tab on the wood grain. So those are the two two-dimensional objects that I chose to create. I thought about doing a rug as well, but decided not to for the time being. And I would like you this week to go ahead and create at least two-dimensional objects or objects on your wall as you continue to develop your pyramid. Make sure that the objects that you put on your wall don't come off of the wall too much, or else the walls won't fit together, especially if you've got something really protruding towards the top of your wall. All right, be careful with that and have a lot of fun with this. Get creative. I look forward to seeing your objects, and next week we will move on to more sculptural objects that are movable inside of your pyramid. All right, see you guys next time.